Hi, good evening, guys. Welcome to my show again today. It has been a fantastic 2 weeks for us. And first off, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys. Why? Because you guys have been phenomenal. And it is without you guys, we wouldn't be here in this third week. Why? Because you guys, have been fabulous, since day one when I started this live show, 2 weeks ago. And without you guys, with you guys, you gave me the energy, to carry on. And with this show, hopefully, we can continue doing this show week in, week out, every Sunday. And today is already day 33 of our MCO. And I hope you guys are still keeping your energy up. In this fourth week, I actually, feel a bit lethargic actually, at about, I think came Wednesday or Thursday, my energy level was a bit low. So what I did was I went on and do a lot of online exercises, and went on to this 30-minute Tabata exercise. And I managed to spend some time doing that with my wife and also with my son Isaac, which will be joining us shortly afterwards. He's going to assist me in the Q&A session later on. Okay, and today we're going to have a very exciting show. We're going to give you some fantastic giveaways today, and hopefully, you guys, can come into the DNA family. And today I would like to explain about a few things about the engine oils. I think many of you are actually. Why did the camera go darker just now? Anyways, I would like to explain to you guys about engine oils today, and mainly on about synthetic engine oil. All right, all of you know, there are so many engine oils out in the marketplace now. Sometimes we got to be careful because there have been news of fake engine oils in the marketplace as well. That's one of it. But we are not going to go through any of that. But today what we will go through is we will concentrate on what do they mean by fully synthetic engine oil. Okay. But even with fully synthetic engine oil, there are two types. Where we in the car scene people, we will call it the type 4 or the type 5 engine oils. Okay, the top type 4 engine oils are actually still based on the type 4 engine oil is still based on a little bit of sometimes it could be mixed with the conventional engine oil, where we actually dig up from the ground as well, and those is also now deemed as synthetic engine oil as well. Why those are deemed as synthetic engine oil? Many years back, Castrol and Mobil, went into a situation where Mobil actually sued Castrol, for actually introducing grade 3 oil, which was really mineral oil, but a high-grade mineral oil that they deem it as synthetic oil as well. Okay, to cut a long story short, Castrol actually won that suit, and the rest is history. That's why now in the marketplace you get 4-liter engine oils that you can buy in the supermarket, which they deem as fully synthetic, and it's about 100 ringgit. Okay, and then you have engine oils that goes up as high as 100 ringgit per liter to 120 ringgit per liter. So with that, I guess with consumers, you guys get confused, with this type of engine oil. All right, why or everything is fully synthetic engine oil. Why is it, some is 100 ringgit, you can get 4 liters. Some of it, you can only get 1 liter, all right? I won't go too much on it, but basically there are 3 types. One is, we call it the type 3 synthetic oil, and also there's a type 4 synthetic oil, which is based on POA. Yeah? When we say POA, it's actually polyalpha olefin, okay? And this is actually a hydrocarbon, that is derived from a chemical reaction. The same with ester, but the difference is with ester is actually based on fully synthetic oil, yeah? And it is not based on any hydrocarbons, okay? And ester is the only oil, it's the type 4 oil, and it's the only oil that is specified for jet engines. So if it's good enough for the jet engines, up in the air, 30,000 feet, 30 over 1,000 feet up in the air, it's good enough for our cars, okay? And it will be the best for our cars. Why? Because with this type 4 ester oil, it can take very, very high temperatures, yeah, and it wouldn't break down, okay? Even if it breaks down, it doesn't leave any sludge behind, yeah? Unlike the group 4 synthetic oils, okay? Because the group 4 synthetic oils, once you reach a very high temperature, it actually breaks down and becomes sludge, yeah? That is the black stuff that get left on in the engine, okay? And I myself have encountered that before, by using the POA oils as well. Yeah? What happened is that a lot of the POA, when it breaks down, it actually clog up my oil pickup, yeah, in my oil pump, okay? And what happened is that it clogged up the screen in the oil pump, and I lost oil pressure, okay? And that was on my car, which I think I had about 70 or 80,000 kilometers only on the clock, and that was also because it was a POA based oil, and it was not good for the engine. The good thing is, I managed to stop the car before anything happened to the engine, So, today, we're going to give away some of this oil, and one of those oils that we are actually will be offering in our service center as well, and that oil is based on fully ester oil, and that's the chem lube oil, which you will see on the screen on the right hand bottom of your screen. All right, okay. I hope that explains to you guys the differences of all the different synthetic oil. All right. Yeah, so before we get on to the questions, because I want to make this to become your show, today I would like to get some feedback from you guys, what you guys actually want from this show, yeah, and I hope you guys can let me know, please leave your comment down there, and we try to see what we can do, and actually, make this show yours as well. All right, okay, and I think there are quite a few questions that came in. I haven't had the chance to look at all the questions that have come in so far and all the comments that has come in so far. All right, and today I will have an assistant with me, Isaac, my son. He has been my co-driver, in last year's Enduro, that we went, Say hi to everyone, Isaac. All right, and Isaac will be, Isaac will be assisting me tonight. Isaac, give yourself a quick introduction. Why do you like cars?
Hi everyone, my name is Isaac. Yes, 大家好. I can speak Mandarin, yes. But my interest for cars actually came about when I was in kindergarten, actually, because I watched a lot of Initial D. Yes, those of you that like JDM and you guys like the Torino or the 86, yes, I am one of those fellas lah. But I don't like JDM, but I love the Initial D anime. That's what really got me started.
Yeah, and he keeps on repeating it every time.
What?
All right. So can we, get on to the first question? Thank you very much, Isaac. Yeah. What's the difference with mineral oil? Oh, okay. Basically, mineral oil is the oil, that we actually, dig up from the ground or from the sea, and then this oil is then actually break down, into different categories of oil. Some will become diesel, some will become petrol, some will become jet fuel, and some of it will become engine oils. Okay. Okay. Sean Yip was asking me, what would happen if we accidentally end up using fake engine oils? Like what can happen? Okay. If you have accidentally, if you have accidentally used fake engine oil in your car, it's not very good for your oil, because a lot of time with this fake engine oil, what happens is that thank you, Johan, for joining me. Chi Kyung Chan as well, thank you for joining me. Johan Rosley. Sorry, Sean. I got distracted there. Anyway, Sean, if anybody, you end up using fake synthetic oil, fake oil in your engine, it's never good for your engine. And hopefully, from the driving feel, you can actually feel that you are not using the correct oil in the car, and usually your engine will run rougher and not as smooth. Okay. And so if you are continuously using this fake engine oil, unfortunately it will damage your engine. That's not good for the engine at all. So when you buy engine oil, try to buy it from a reputable company. It's very dangerous to buy engine oils from unknown source. And if it's the engine oil, if it's too cheap to be true, usually it's fake. Okay, so better be careful. There are a lot of fake engine parts as well nowadays. Because these guys have got it to a point where the copies are really very good. One of them is actually the ignition coils. Especially for the Volkswagen Audi group of cars. There's so many fake coils around, ignition coils around. Even I myself, have difficulty actually recognizing which are the original coils, ignition coils, and which are the fake ones. All right, so we got to be really careful, and with ignition coils, again, there are, and we have encountered many, fake ones that look very good. Okay, so we got to be aware of that. All right. So Isaac, what's the next question that we have and that we missed earlier on? Okay, Louis Tan is asking me here. Hi, Louis. Okay.
Louis Tan here asks, hi Mike, what are the top 5 performance mods you recommend for Mark 7 GTI? Okay,
for the Mark 7 GTI, the most cost-effective value for the bank, has to be a stage 1 tune on your car. Why? Because just with a stage 1 tune, you get about 75 horses gain, 70 to 75 horses gain with our RON 97 fuel here. And if you couple that with the DSG tuning, the performance is fabulous in this car, because basically you're looking at close to 290, 300 bhp on that car. And I do not know what spec is on your GTI. Another thing that you can add on is actually downpipe, to take away the restriction, from the catalytic converter. All right, so that is another top mod you should do on the Mark 7 GTI. All right, and on the third thing that you should really do on a Mark 7 GTI is actually your brakes as well. Yeah, your brakes extended wouldn't be sufficient after you go to a stage 1 or stage 2, because you have already bumped up your horsepower by another 70 to 80 horses, which is really important. Okay, the next mod that we recommend is actually your intake. You can either put in a drop-in filter, or you can go to a cold air intake system. Okay, that's the next mod I would recommend. Okay, and mod number 5 I would recommend is actually changing your suspension system. Because with the GTI, if you do not have the DCC system in the car, then the ride can be quite bumpy on this car. It's quite bumpy. So if you have upgraded your suspension, you'll make the car ride better and handle better as well. So these are the top 5 modifications I would always recommend on the GTI, no matter whether yours is a Mark 5, Mark 6 or Mark 7. All right, that would be my recommendation. All right, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, okay. Okay, Kanslo, any brake kit for recommendation Passat B8? Okay, all right. With the Passat B8, I think general recommendation for your Passat B8, if you do not want to go crazy, with the 4-port or 6-port systems, I'm not saying that they are not good. They are okay, but on a cost-effective way is actually to go to Golf R brakes. That is the most cost-effective way of upgrading your brake system on the Passat B8. All right. If not, then you can go for the 6-port or 4-port system. Then again, you got to make sure you buy the original AP systems or Brembo or one of the usual suspects. Because there are again a lot of fake copy calipers out there. And with brakes, you do not want to compromise your braking. All right. I always recommend that you always use original parts. For your braking. It's no compromise. It's about your safety. Especially your safety. With your steering and your tires as well. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Kenslow. All right. Who else? Do we have any more questions so far? Okay, not so many questions today. Yeah, but anyway, what we want to do is actually we would like to also talk about where you want our show to get on to. I would appreciate if you guys can give me some feedback. What do you guys want to see more in this show? All right. And with this, what we do is the show is for you guys, not so much for ourselves, but for you guys. And we would want to be able to actually, give you all a lot of value, from this show. I will be actually inviting some guests to come on, in the coming shows, to ensure that other great car guys to come onto the show, with us. And hence that's why we were trying out another system early on, but we managed to drop the live call. So that's another thing. All right. I just want to go back to the previous live that we were on just now, to see if there were any questions that we actually missed out. All right, very quickly, just let me see here. I managed to answer one, which was the difference with mineral oil. Okay, about fake engine oil. Yep. And then after that, we had is quite a few people that came on today. Some new people, some new faces that I've seen. Oh, okay, there's one question here, yeah. How to recognize a genuine brake system like AP Racing or Brembo? Okay, KK Chan, I would say with this, yeah, go to a shop, that has good reputation, and ensure that, your brake calipers and your discs, is of a good quality. Yeah? Why I say that is, don't always go for price only, because if you only go for price, you'll be compromising your safety. Okay, if it's too cheap to be true, it is usually not very true. Okay, and it's very important that we maintain to buy from good reputable retailer. Yeah, why? Because with your braking system, if you cannot stop your car, especially if you got a 200-300 horsepower car, it's very, very, very dangerous. So that's the thing. Okay, yeah, I got quite a few people that join us today. Brian William is back here with us today again. Jills Gunting has joined us as well. Jills is a customer of ours. He has a very, very nice 7 Series, V8 7 Series. He has tuned with us stage 2, and he's loving it ever since. Yeah, and we have been in touch. Okay, and we got a question from Brian William. Is engine oil certain car not so called compatible to another? Is it true? It's true, because some engine, it runs on very thin oil, yeah, especially the newer cars. A lot of the cars are running a 020 oil and a 030 oil, yeah, so with a 020 and 030 oil, and if you go and put a 1040 or 1050 oil, it's not good for the engine. Why? Because the engine is built to a finer tolerance, and it's built to run on the it's built to run on a 020 or maximum 030 oil, and if you put a thicker oil in there, the oil might not, flow as fast, yeah, like a 020 or 030 oil, so it's not recommended. I mean, for instance, some cars like your, even your Pro Duas, that's why it's running on 1030 oil, yeah, a lot of the Pro Duas, all right? And it's not recommended that you run 5W50 oil in a Pro Dua. All right. Hope that answers your question. All right. One more thing is, what other question there is, Isaac?
Logan Raven here has said, Mike, what is the difference between an open air port air filter and drop-in? Better to use a drop-in or an open air port filter for my CLA 250?
Okay, that is very subjective actually. With your car, Logan, I would recommend that you use a drop-in at the moment. With the open port system, it's really an open port intake system. It will be sucking hot air from the engine, yeah? And if it's sucking hot air from the engine, it's not good for a turbocharged engine, because what you want is the car to be actually sucking in cold air from the outside, yeah, where the air is denser. When it's colder, it's you get denser air. That's why sometimes when you drive during the daytime and the nighttime, you find that in the nighttime your car gives you better performance. All right, so that's the thing. Yeah. All right. Okay. How? Okay, shall we? Okay, I hope that answers your question, Logan. Kyrie, can you guys actually hear me? Just give me some feedback, because my wife is telling me that she can't see the live feed downstairs. Yeah, all right. Okay, we got Lim Seiji that just joined us as well. SP Lai that just joined us as well. Cheong Zurong has just joined us as well, SP Lai as well. Hi SP, I remember you were here in our previous shows as well. All right. Okay, okay, Kyril, Shafi has asked me a question here. Yeah, Isaac, can you just...
Hi Mike, what do you recommend, either to use EO that certain brand can last 30,000 km such or just use normal synthetic oil and change it every between 7,000 to 15,000 kilometers?
Okay. All right, with this, it's very subjective, but then again, from my own experience, I'm speaking here from my own experience, is that with the engine oil, some of them will say that you can last 15 to 20, 30,000 kilometers. I wouldn't recommend that you will run that oil, 15 to 20, 30,000 kilometers. That's what BMW did, with their cars in the year 2003 and 2004 during the E60 days and the E46, E90 days. What happened is that, they have a time-based or there's algorithm in the computer in the car to tell you, when to service your car. And those service intervals were sometimes running into 15, 20, 25,000 kilometers in a year. So what happened is that, as we were explaining earlier on the engine oils, especially if it's running on the POA type style of oil, a lot of sludge build up, will build up in the engine when the oil starts to break down. And I think a lot of those owners at that time, maybe between 2003 to 2008, there were so many engines that broke down, in the BMW, the E60s. All right, what happened is the sludge buildup was so great, that everything in the engine got clogged up, so they blew the engines. All right. Why that happens is that in Malaysia, your climate is very hot, one thing, and secondly is in KL traffic, you might be, your odometer might show you 10,000 kilometers, but actually your car has been running very hard for 15, 20,000 kilometers in Europe. All right. Why? Because in Malaysia, what happens is that we are idling a lot in the KL city traffic, and when you are in KL city traffic, the temperature is very hot, and when you're crawling in traffic, accelerating, decelerating, accelerating, decelerating, that's the part where your engine works the hardest. It's just like, when I go for a jog in the morning, the first 2 kilometers is the hardest. So it's the same thing with the car. When you do a lot of city driving, that's where there's a lot of wear and tear actually. All right. I hope that explains the situation. And because if you're running 30,000 kilometers in KL city traffic, and you're actually doing 40 to 50,000 on a European or a UK car. Why? Because of the traffic situation we have in KL and the high temperatures, okay, that we are running here as well. All right. Okay, I hope that answers your question. The next question, what else do we have?
A question from WCH. Can a Camry 2014 2-liter NA be remapped?
Oh, all right, guys. With the Camry, so far I have not been successful reading the car with the tools I have. If you want to tune your car, is it?
WCH.
Or WCH. If you want to let us try to attempt to read your car, please make an appointment with us. We will see what we can do with your car. WCH. All right.
Right. We have the next question from Kans. I think this is quite good. How is the tuning scene in Malaysia? Is DNA Tuning your own brand, and how did you get into this business?
Oh, okay. All right, I actually got into DNA tuning 8 years ago. It's not my own brand, but I represent them in Malaysia and Southeast Asia. I got to know them in 2011/2012, and I've been representing them since. DNA tuning is rebranding itself now to become, DNA Octane Motorsport, and we will be doing more and more things in DNA tuning itself. Look out for our webpage that we are coming out for the Southeast Asia region, and also you can look out for our UK site as well, which is DNA Octane Motorsports. All right, look out on the website. Okay, and the tuning scene in Malaysia, there are a lot of tuners out there at the moment. But I think I better speak about myself. There are some pretty good ones as well. And we will just concentrate on DNA tuning. And what we can do for you guys is basically, we guarantee all of our tunes, which is very important. And for us, the service and the user experience is very, very important. And for me, I'm a car enthusiast myself. What I like is about drivability and how to get the best out of your car, without hurting your engine and your drive terrain, and actually enjoying the car much more and get the best out of your car. Reliability is a big thing for me as well. So that is the thing that sets us apart. We want to make sure that your car is enhanced to a level, where the drivability is great power, great acceleration, good drivability. When you get into a corner, when you accelerate, the car responds to you in a linear manner, so that you are always in control of the car, and to ensure that our power delivery gets onto the ground, and not spinning it away. So that is our DNA's DNA. All right. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Kanslo. And how I got into the business is the second part of your question, Kanslo. How I got into the business is because I bought my GTI back in 2008, and ever since then I was looking for a tune, and I think in 2009 I actually tuned my car with a German tuner, all right, and which is a very reputable tuner, and then 2011, I came to know of DNA tuning, and we tried their tunes, and I like it as well, because it was silky smooth, very powerful as well, and with great drivability as well. That's how I got into the scene. And I had always been a car guy. I have always tried to get the best out of my car, without compromising in a lot of areas of ride and handling, and how to improve the ride and handling, and to get the best out of the car, without destroying the actual DNA of the car, So, that's how I got into the business. Okay, Kanslo, thank you for the great question. All right. Okay, Tana has joined us as well. King Jack Sparrow has joined us as well. Wow, week in, week out, you have been with us, King Jack Sparrow. Thank you.
Okay, we have the next question from Han Eugene.
Yep.
Remap for Mark 6 GTI to stage 1 on stock without modification. Is it recommended?
Yes, fully recommended. That's easy to do. I would recommend that you do the DSG tune as well. We have a very special offer for you guys that has a DSG and 8 HP gearbox, where we will give you the offer later on tonight. So, look out for it. Okay, you guys, fantastic. For the Mark 6 GTI, we have been tuning this car since 2010. 2012, yeah, you know. So it has been a long time we have been tuning these cars, you know, and you know, with these cars you can easily bump the horsepower up by 40 bhp, 50 bhp on the stage 1, yeah. And it really lights up the car, and with great power delivery, and with great traction as well, you know, because with front wheel drive cars we do not want the power to be too aggressive, because once your power is too aggressive, what happens is that you're always wheel spinning it away, you know. We have, you know, cars that has been dynoed at 270, 280 front wheel horsepower, you know, but with very little wheel spin, yeah, you know, which is very important, because with front wheel drive cars, you know, it's about delivering the power onto the tarmac, you know. It's not about, you know, huge horsepower, but it's about the drivability and being able to transfer the power onto the ground. That's far more important than the, you know, horsepower on the dyno, yeah. All right. Yep. There's another question by Brian William. Yep.
Unless the open airport direct to outside to have cool air, but one problem when it come to rainy season, open airport will have an issue. Is it correct, Mike?
Okay, that's correct in a way. The more important thing is where your intake port is, yeah. You know, if you put it low on the ground, you know, you are asking for trouble, you know. But if you set up your intake high up on your engine bay, you know, you shouldn't run into any issues. All right. So it's the important where you put the snorkel. You know, sometimes you see people putting a snorkel, you know, to suck in cold air from the outside, which is good, you know. But if you put it down in a compromised place, and that you're going to have an issue, because what might happen is that you might suck in water from the ground, you know. So you do not want that to happen. All right. So that is very important. Okay. What are the next questions? Wei Check has joined us as well. Yeah. Who others has? Oh, Patrick Ui from Hong Kong has joined us as well. I hope you are well there, Patrick. You know, another Evo Enduro veteran. Yeah. You know, that has joined us in the 2018 Evo Enduro. All right. Zunja has joined us as well. Tak Yung has joined us as well. Alan Wong has joined us. You know, Wei Check has joined us. You know, the RWB boss from Malaysia. Yeah. All right. Brian William. Wow, a lot of questions from you. Thank you very much. Yep.
Right. So the question from Brian William again. What is your recommendation on boost for CX-5 2013 2-liter? Stage 1, Stage 2 or Stage 3? How much gain individually?
Oh, okay. With the CX-5 there is no turbo actually, the 2-liter one. You know, thank you for the good question. The CX-5, we have tuned quite a few of those cars, you know, with the Sky Active engine. For the Mazdas, you know, we do a very good tune for the Mazdas, yeah, you know. One of it is with the Mazda Sky Active engine. What happens is that on the standard engine, you know, if you guys have been driving those cars, you know the throttle response is quite bad on those cars. And when you throttle hard on those cars, you know, the engine noise is quite loud on the car as well, yeah, you know. But the acceleration is not really very good, because on the CX-5 it's quite a heavy car. The throttle response is not so good with the 2-liter engine. With our stage 1 or stage 2 tune on the CX-5, you actually improve the throttle response a lot. And what we will unleash, because there's so much limitation that Mazda has put into this engine, you know, there is a lot of restriction of the power, you know, from the engine that Mazda put in. What happens is the acceleration becomes very poor, and with our tune, you know, we take away all the limiters and the engine will just light up, yeah. And when we dynoed the last car, you know, on the mid-range between 2 to 4,000 RPM, you know, we managed to see as much as 25 horsepower in the mid-range gain, which is fantastic. And also the torque wise, we managed to get 30 to 40 Newton meters, which is fantastic, because what happens is that with the Mazda, we realize what Mazda has done, because if they open up the engine to the full capability of the 2-liter engine, the performance is very close to the 2.5 engine with the Mazda. That's why I recognize why Mazda has actually put so much restriction into the engine. And once we have remapped the engine becomes quieter, smoother to drive, and the gear shifts becomes a lot faster as well. When you put your foot down, it will just kick down very quickly. That is the big difference with the Skyactiv engines, and it works very well with the Mazda 3 and the Mazda 6 as well, okay, and the CX-3 as well. Okay, William, I hope that answers your question. All right.
Right, the next question is from Tana. I know you're a BMW and VW fanboy. Which car from each brand surprised you the most in terms of power output difference after a tune?
Okay, thank you, Tana. Fantastic question. Once you post that question out, bing, straight away, one thing that really kicked out in my mind. Yeah. The first one, if you talk about the Volkswagen, of course, it is the EA 888.3 engine, which is in the Mark 7 GTI, and in the Passat as well. And that EA 888.3 engine is just fabulous. Just with the tune, you bump up your horsepower by 75 horsepower, which is fantastic, for our Malaysian condition. And with the MQB platform, Volkswagen, the throttle response, that comes standard from the factory, it's very lethargic, in comparison to the Mark 5 and the Mark 6. With the Mark 5 and Mark 6, the throttle response is fabulous, all right? But with the MQB platform, and Volkswagen went into the MQB platform, they actually made the throttle response a lot more linear and more natural, but in the expense of giving you that feeling that the car is accelerating very well and all that. So once you tune it, the car really lights up. You don't feel that lethargic anymore. When you put the throttle down, the throttle response becomes fabulous, and what happens is that the car becomes a lot livelier. All right, a lot livelier. All right. I hope that answers your question on the Volkswagen side. On the BMW side, actually the car that surprised me a lot is actually the I don't want to talk about the diesels. The diesels has always surprised me, but the latest one that surprised me is the B48 engine of the 3 Series. Why? Because with that one, once you go to a stage 2 tune, just say if you've got a 320i, F30 320i, we managed to dyno the car at 270 bhp with 430 Newton meters of torque, which is a lot at the wheels, with that car. And on top of that, the drivability is great as well. There's no compromise on the drivability. The car is so lively to drive. Every gear, the car just accelerates so nicely. So that is the engine that surprised me the most. The past half year. Yeah. All right. Hope that answers your question, Tana. Fantastic question. Nice.
Right. The next question is from Lim Seiji. Does we DNA tuning tune superbikes?
In Malaysia, we haven't done any of the superbikes yet, but I know our guys in the UK have done loads of superbikes, especially the European bikes, the Italian bikes, okay, things like the KTM, the Ducati, these are the bikes that we have been tuning a lot, the BMWs as well, so if you guys are showing interest in the bikes, I will get the bike cables in, we can actually, do the tuning for the bikes, please keep in touch with us, definitely we can do something for you guys on the bikes. And we not only do bikes, but we do a lot of other vehicles as well, you know, including buses and trucks, all right, and agricultural machines as well. Yeah, excuse me for that. All right, hope that answers your question, Lim Seji.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got a follow-up question from Brian William.
Yeah.
I encountered an issue with the CX-5 at low RPM. The engine is jerking. According to Mazda, they are unable to find the issue. How could you solve this?
Okay, Brian. I suggest that you bring the car in. Let us see whether is it the problem you are facing is actually the low drivability issue of the car, or actually you have an issue with the car. All right. I think we should be able to help you out, because I understand, you know, even with the Mazda 3, you know, the throttle response is really bad with the 2-liter. Yeah. Come and see us. You know, we guarantee the tune. We won't disappoint you. Okay, guaranteed. Okay.
Alright, we've got Yi Ahong. Toyota Altis 2-liter year 2013 model ZRE143R. How much bhp and torque gain with the stage 1, 2 or 3 tuning, besides what to consider?
Okay. What I would suggest that you bring the car in to let us check it out. You know, I'm not sure whether we could read your ECU, but if we could read your ECU, we should be able to get about 12 bhp for your car and about 15 to 20 Newton meters. Yeah. But more importantly, what you get is you will get greater drivability, better throttle response, and the car will feel much lighter. You know, that is what you will feel immediately after the tune. All right. I'd like to thank a few more guys that have just joined us. You know, Vishnu, Greta, you know, I'm supposed to meet you. We haven't meet up yet, you know. We should meet up, yeah. All right. We got Tan Chun Chong that just joined us. Camping Lau, you know, my dealer in Butterworth, you know, for my hardware business, yeah. All right. Mark KL has joined us as well. Hi, Mark. How are you? You know, hope you guys are doing. Yeah. All right. Brian William has another question for us.
Right. When your site going to go into engine rebuild?
Actually, we do engine rebuilds already now. You know, so you know, please come by if you want to. You know, if you guys want to do an engine rebuild, you know, we should be able to help you out. All right.
Right. We have a question from Sean Cole. Do you guys have a tune for N20 to reach 320 horsepower or at least 320 bhp?
Okay, Sean. I think for the N20 to achieve wheel horsepower 320 to 330, you know, you need to replace the turbocharger. You know. And if you are already going that direction, I would suggest that you rebuild the engine as well, you know, to improve the, you know, change the pistons and the con rod, yeah, all right? Because if you don't change the pistons and the con rods, you know, we are worried that the original con rods and the piston wouldn't be able to take the pressure, yeah. All right, that would be a recommendation, because you will need to change to a larger turbocharger, you know, a hybrid turbocharger. All right, I'm sure we can reach those horsepower levels. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we have a question from Suraiti Ismail. Can tune E90 325i engine N52?
Yes, Righty. Thank you for the question. Yeah, yes, we can actually tune the E90 325i. We have done many of those N52 engines. The latest one we have done is the E60s. We have done quite a few this year with the E60 with great results. You know, we would recommend a stage 2 tune for your car. All right. We will try to drop you a line this coming 2 days. What's happening is that you know, we should be opening up again this coming week. You know, the only thing is we would need you guys to actually put the car on the flatbed or tow truck to bring the car to us, yeah, during this MCO period. All right, because none of us want to break this MCO curfew that is happening at the moment there. All right. So with the coming back to the N52 engine, we again, it will really light up the engine with our stage 2 tune. The car will become silky smooth and a lot more power from the engine. All right, and we have seen even on the M54 engine, a customer has took it to a dyno and they have seen, close to 30 bhp gain, at the crank. All right. Thank you very much for your question.
Alright, the next question is from Wyman Chung. Hi Mike, what's the main benefit of tuning besides gaining HP? I'm keen to know whether tuning helps to prolong engine durability.
Okay, Wan Chong, thank you for the question again. The main benefit of tuning the engine is actually, unleashing, the inherent performance that is already in the engine. With the engine, with your engines from coming from the manufacturers, I have explained it in the last 2 weeks as well. Because it's made worldwide and usually it's already made for countries that is only running on RON 91, RON 92 fuel. So a lot of the mapping, even though they put on the fuel cap RON 95, a lot of times, these cars, were designed to run on as low as RON 91, RON 92 fuel. So once you retune the engine, to say a RON 95, we are actually taking away a lot of the restrictions away, and what happens is that you will get extra performance that is already built into the engine, for us to take advantage of. So we will take the limiters away, and you get much improved throttle response and better acceleration and better overtaking ability, smoother gear shifts and faster gear shifts on kickdown. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Manchung. All right.
Right, we have a question from Johan Rosley. Hi Mike, have you tuned local car brands before?
Unfortunately, we haven't tuned any local car brands before, but we are looking at the X70, and also, we are looking at the Mitsubishi Lancer stroke Proton Inspira. All right, there have been some inquiries, I think after the MCO, they will come in. I suspect the engine ECU on the Inspira is similar to the Lancer GT, so we should be able to tune that because we have also, done the ASX before, then again, the customer enjoyed great throttle response, and the car behaved a lot better, after the tune. All right.
Right, next question we have is from Alfred Lim. Hi Mike, is it possible to tune a Honda City 1.5 CVT?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Alfred. Unfortunately, we don't have the tools to read your Honda City at the moment. We haven't been able to successfully read any of the Honda City ECUs. So sorry about that. But if you want to come by, we will try to attempt to read it again. If you would like to come by, please make an appointment to see us. Okay, thank you.
Right, the next question is from Shazlan Abu Hassad. What is the highest bhp and Newton meter gain from second stage tuning on a Merc A250 year 2013 or 14?
Okay, Shazlan, thank you for your question. You are actually a customer of mine. I would suggest, either you come by or we will go to a dyno shop. We will do a dyno run on your car and see, where your horsepower is now. Since you're already on the stage 2 tune, Shazlan, I know you have been enjoying the tune ever since. Okay, let's do this. Hopefully, after the MCO ends, we go for the dyno run, so that we can show the dyno figures at the show here again. At the end of the day, it's about laying the horsepower down. It's not about the horsepower so much, but it's about being able to lay the power down and make the delivery smooth, so that we can get better acceleration, better overtaking ability, and a smoother drive here, because with the Mercedes stock tuning, the car is quite laggy, and the throttle response is quite poor actually. All right.